Welcome back to the boat. It's been a few weeks. We shouldn't have left you without a dope pod to step to, but the boat is indeed still afloat. January 27th. I'm your host, Michael Smith, checking in.
Hey yo, it's Marcus J checking in from Dallas, feeling good.
Hey, what's up, man? It's Darius in Naptown, enjoying the love that Chicago's getting right now.
We are an NBA pod. I would be remiss for the few listeners that we have out there. If I didn't at least mention what was going on in Minnesota, definitely prayers to all the people out there. I know there was Alex Preddy was killed on
Yeah,
Sunday. I know the games got delayed in Minnesota because of that. So definitely a pretty serious situation out there. We also had Kobe's anniversary of his death yesterday on the 26th. Also the anniversary of him dropping 81 on my birthday, the 22nd. So a lot going on. It's been a few weeks since we've been on the pod, so definitely a lot happening in the league. It's getting to the dog days, but we're also getting close to All-Star break, which means we're getting close to the home stretch. But as always, we're gonna kick it off with Call Me Crazy. So, Marcus, what you got?
I'm one of the biggest haters of Boston, man. And I don't know why I didn't see this. The fortune teller, man. I had my fortune telling ball out before the season happened. I had all the perfect fortunes. I did not foresee Boston being this good. They are hands down the favorites in the East. And I believe Boston Celtics are going to the finals.
Mm.
Call me crazy. Boston Celtics are going to the finals. And I
I
don't
mean,
think I
uh,
have any reservations about it either.
I
Because
mean,
who else is there?
true.
Yeah, I
I think this speak. I'm sorry, Mike. You go.
I can't say you're crazy because as much as I would love to see Detroit there, if they don't make a move, come a 7 game series, teams are just going to be able to isolate or are going to be able to hone in on Cade. And
Yeah,
Hmm.
the New York Knickerbockers seem to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory every time they got it. And there's just something about Karl Anthony Towns that I don't know. They just the way they've been playing the last few weeks, really since the turn of the year. They just there's not much inspiring about what's going on with them. But I mean, Boston, they're that team that knows how to win. They've won a lot of their dudes have won together. They're not really expected to be where they are in the standings right now. They got between Derek White, between Jaylen Brown, between Peyton Pritchard, between like those dudes just know how to play together. And
yeah.
if you throw in 80% of Jason Tatum, if you throw in 70% of Jason Tatum, I don't think you're that crazy.
And I'm not saying it's going to be with this roster. I wholeheartedly believe they're going to make a move at the deadline. Some people saying Jaren Jackson Jr. I think that would be
No, don't
tough
do it. Don't
because
do it.
of his salary. Like the fit to me makes sense. I mean,
He
outside of
can't
the
rebound.
rebounding,
He can't
yeah,
rebound.
he can defend. He's still one of the best defenders when he's on the right. When he's got the right cast around him in the league. And they don't have any big men. Like I started
That's
watching
that's
them.
50 that's $50 million though. That
It
like
is, yeah, yeah. That's why it's not gonna work because of the salary. But they're going to make a move. It might be for Zubac. It might be they got to get a big man. They don't have a legit front court for the postseason. The guys they got in are just they're playing their role, getting them through, and relying on JB to heroics at the end. But my thing is like one thing you learn as a NBA fan, a sports fan, there's a real thing about like if you've been on that stage before, that experience to come back over and over. It's like watching freaking Bill Belichick and Brady. It's like it. They may not have the most talent on their team, the Patriots, but every time they got to that stage, they're gonna perform. They're gonna make the big throw, the big call. Patrick Mahomes. It didn't always seem like the Chiefs, and it's the same thing with the NBA, the Warriors. Like they're gonna figure it out somehow in the playoffs, even when they didn't have a championship roster. Whenever it was in what 2022, 2023, something like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like, and that's just how I feel about. There's not like a team that's convincing enough to beat that whole sentiment about the experience. Like Jaylen Brown, the I'm sure there's a crazy stat. He's probably played in more playoff games than like 90, probably like 95% of the NBA. Outside of like the legends like KD, I wouldn't be surprised if Jaylen Brown had more like playoff games than like James Harden or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I have to say your boy I'll let you say his name,
Who,
but your
who,
boy what's his name? First name Simons. He's been
Oh, a Fernie?
he's
Did I say it right this time?
First of all, which one of y'all watching? Which one of y'all watching commercials?
that was me. I pulled up ESPN. I wasn't sure if y'all could hear it or not, but
Yeah,
yeah,
we
I
Yeah,
could
pulled
we
it
hear
up.
for
definitely
sure. I
could.
was
That's
giving
my
it to
bad.
you.
You kept talking. I was pulling up ESPN and it had the auto play
Well, at
on the
first I
side.
didn't
So I
know
was
if it was
looking
me or
up.
not. I had to be for sure.
I was looking up Anthony Simon's numbers because
Did I say it right?
he's no, you never do.
No, you did
Not
not
even
say it right.
close. And
He's gonna get traded, so
Fernie.
I don't need to know his name. He's the person that's gonna get traded.
Probably. I said if I was gonna say if he doesn't get traded, he's been playing better as of late for them. He's kind of figured out where he fits in. But yeah, he's the most logical trade chip.
He
Yeah,
needs to go back to a trash team and just go back to scoring. He not
yeah.
trying.
I think yeah. His role has been different. I thought he was going to be a better fit than what he is,
Yeah,
but I think they kind of already have a player like him, not necessarily as good, but like you already have like a Peyton Pritchard, a Derek White that can kind of do what he do to an extent. Um, I mean, I was just thinking about like you're calling me crazy. It's not too crazy. I thought the Celtics would take a step back, so I didn't think they would be doing this well, but I'm not surprised by it either. If
is
anything, I'm happy that Jaylen Brown is show. I think Jaylen Brown is showing more than ever. One, he was worth that contract.
yeah.
Two, if I'm Boston Celtics freaking staff, upper management, whatever, do not trade either one of those pieces.
Right.
You keep Jaylen Brown, you keep Jason Tatum as long as possible because you literally have two of the best wings on your team right now. Like everybody else just got to get in where they fit in because you can't. I just don't think you will ever get enough back to complement what you have to give away if you give away one.
Nah, you're right.
Yeah, teams are looking for what they have.
Is
Exactly.
is
And
Jaylen Brown a superstar?
Yeah, I'd say so. This year
I
he's
would say
elevated
so.
himself.
I would say so because this dude, he's
I think
literally carrying it.
top 10 player, I think you're a superstar. And I think this year, even accounting for the injuries, as far as dudes that are playing, he's unquestionably a top 10 player this year.
Oh, absolutely. He's literally carrying. He's carrying them.
Is his
Think about all the slander he got. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't make the Olympic team. Like this dude is literally that's why like I will die on this hill every day. When people say that Jason Tatum is miles better, I'm like, Jason Tatum game may look prettier, but the gap is not that far. It is not that wide between the two. And I
is
get
it
it. I
is it
get
like
it.
KD and Curry gap? Like
It used to be a Michael Strahan gap, but it's
nah.
definitely
It's not.
Now the gap
It's
is
not.
Jalen
it's
Brown
like
is better.
It's not. The thing is he's scoring at a clip and he's still fairly efficient.
yeah,
Like he's so
yeah.
it's not like he's taking bad shots. He shoots 48.4% from the field.
I would say
48.4.
he's a better defender than Jason Tatum for sure.
Absolutely, yeah, yeah.
I
Now,
think Jason
well,
Tatum's ceiling.
always or now?
I would say
I would
always.
say the past 4 or 5 years he's been a better defender.
Ooh, okay.
I
Yeah.
think Jason Tatum's offensive game, pending that he gets back to health, is better, and I still think his ceiling is higher as far as the top end of what he can be. But the gap is close. I think we've beat that horse quite a bit,
And
but the
that's what I'm
gap is
saying.
definitely
I
close.
know people say the ceiling is higher for Tatum. People didn't know Jalen Brown was gonna do what he's doing now.
Is peak Jalen
They
Brown?
assume that Jason Tatum will be doing what he's doing. Going to third pick, you kind of just make that assumption he's gonna do what he's doing.
Is
No
peak
one
Jalen
looked at Jalen Brown like this.
is peak Jalen Brown better than Jimmy Butler?
Yes.
Peak for peak.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's a better scorer. He's a
Jimmy,
better
Yes.
scorer than Jimmy Butler was.
Yes.
In
Yeah.
the
And
regular season, Jimmy went to
yes.
another level in the playoffs with scoring. But
yeah.
if you ask me if I had to take one in their
I'm
prime,
taking Jalen
give me
Brown.
Y'all
Jalen
remember
Brown.
Jimmy
Yeah,
gave Tatum and JB that whooping. Y'all
they
Yeah.
remember
weren't.
that,
Neither
right?
of them was in their prime. Jalen Brown's in his
Yeah.
prime right
Oh,
now.
get out of that. Was like a couple
Give
years.
me
They were
that
like
was
25.
three
I'm
years
going
ago.
I'm going Jalen
Yeah,
Brown. I'm going Jalen Brown.
yeah,
I
That's
don't
it.
know.
I feel like honestly, I feel like the only thing with Jason Tatum, when people look, he just has the prettier game.
Yeah.
It's what the kids doing. tween, 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 side step three, tween, 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 step back three, tween, 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 pull like he has the game that looks great. And I'm not saying like he trash. He's not. He's a great player. But I think he just has the more attractive game. Like Jaylen Brown is just at your dome. Like he just at your he Jaylen Brown does what we
So you're
want
saying
Jason
Jaylen
to.
Brown, you're saying Jaylen Brown is Inglewood and Jason Tatum's Hyde Park is what you're saying.
For
That's what he
real, yes, yes.
said.
Literally, when we talk about like, oh man, he light skinned, they are the epitome of it. And I
And
like,
they're not just any part of Hyde Park. We're talking about like 63rd Street Beach House Hyde Park.
yeah,
When we're
Yeah.
talking about for Jaylen Brown, we're talking about like 82nd Street Inglewood.
yeah, but I think the thing is, I think the other thing is people look at Jason Tatum like he's soft. He's not soft. I'm
He
not
is.
saying that. I don't think he's soft. I don't think he's, any of that. I think he can hoop. I think he can go. Like if you need 30 or 40 points out of Jason Tatum, he can give you 30, 40 points. Right? I just don't know if the gap is as wide as people make it think. I think they're close. I think they're one of those players where their talent is a lot closer than you think. And if you were to separate them, I don't think they will do as well as you would think they would. I think their talent complements each other so well that they kind of need each other for like to like reach for like their max production.
I think
Really?
you lose me there. I
Yeah,
think you lose me there.
You lost me too.
I think they figured out how to play together best.
true.
But I
But if
think you put them around and like if you put them with another star, I don't I don't think they I don't think either of their talent is so dependent on the other one specifically.
okay, yeah, okay,
Yeah,
okay, maybe I made
I
it seem like they're so dependent. Yeah, maybe the,
because
the better thing is they've done a great job of
they figured it out.
playing with each other.
They've optimized playing together for
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah,
they
but
they they they
we don't
they've
get to
done one.
see 30 point per game Jaylen Brown if Tatum is still playing.
But the thing I think we do though. Like he still
He had
dropped
to
30.
step his game back though. He was averaging like 26, and then they're like, "Yo, Tatum's the guy," and so then he had to like step back and like 23 a game or something like that.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
we'll call me crazy, but as good as this year's draft has been, I think next year's draft has the potential to be more impactful at the top. And I
Oh
say that
yeah.
because I think you look at this year's rookie class, and you probably got a good 9, 10 rookies that are contributing like healthy minutes to a team. I don't know that we have that many rookies in next year's class that are doing that, but you look at like those first 5 to 6 picks. I mean, you look at, I'm still riding with AJ. I think AJ, regardless of what order you want to put, AJ, Darren, Cameron, Caleb Wilson, Kingston Flemings has been balling out lately. Darius Acuff, Jaden Quintance, like there's a bunch of dudes that are like gonna step
Yeah.
in right away and be contributors on an NBA team next year. So I think this top five has a potential, and scouts say it too. So the proof is in the pudding. But I think this next year's rookie class has the potential to be just as impactful at the top as this year's rookie class.
You're gonna be severely disappointed, especially because AJ DeBanza is gonna be the first one that looks like a bust coming into the league. You know what the thing is? I know I'm gonna be so right, and it's not even gonna take long. It's gonna be like right away. He'll have a couple of nice high flying highlight dunks the first 15 games, and then y'all are just gonna realize the flow of
Your
his
call me
game.
crazy. Your call me crazy should be AJ DeBanza is not a good player because I don't know. Like I don't know if you haven't watched
Okay,
the
is
games. I don't know how you watch him. Last night he was inefficient. He still dropped like 20 something, but he was 6 of 24. It was a rough night. I'll give
is
you that.
RJ Barrett a good player? I'm not gonna say
He's a
AJ's
solid
gonna
he's a
be.
solid player, but he's like
That's what he's
his
gonna turn
his
out to
game that
be.
his game that he's shown in college
Uh-huh.
is way better than RJ Barrett ever showed. He's the
Yeah.
leading man for a team in BYU that Richie Saunders is another good player for their team, but like nobody really expected BYU to be where they're at right now.
Uh,
They've leveled up because of him this year, where they maybe had
I,
some more rounded last year, but dude, I don't know how you don't
I
is
just
see
don't
is
know why you hate him so much.
is
That's the
Andrew
crazy.
is
and he's dark skinned. You're going with you like that's like Vader going back to the light side.
that's how you know I'm being genuine. Is Andrew Wiggins a good player? I mean, sure, but he was the number one pick. That's the
But
issue
like
here.
but
Is that
like
you guys are gonna be disappointed.
you're comparing him to dudes that did not put up the type of numbers and the type of game that he was putting up in college.
Andrew Wiggins?
Andrew Wiggins was not dropping 40 points in a game
Oh
in
no,
college.
Andrew
I
Wiggins was
guarantee you,
supposed
Andrew
to be the
Wiggins.
next. I don't know, Vince Carter at least or something.
Yeah, but by the end of that year, everybody said Joel Embiid was a better player by the end of that year, and they were on the same team.
And
So
everyone's saying Darren Peterson's the better player, and it's true. Darren Peterson's gonna be the better player.
you smoking crack, bro. You
But
smoking
this
crack.
in the long term, this
What?
might
So
be
so
the
no. So tell me specifically. You watched them play. What is better about Darren Peterson over AJ DeBanza?
it's
Because
just
I
the
honestly, I think you're just going with what the scouts are saying. I don't think you
no, no,
watched them
no, no,
play.
no, no. Forget the scouts. I didn't need to see the scouts. I had
Did
my
you watch? Did
opinion
you watch? You watch Sports
before,
Center?
huh?
You watch Sports Center? You watch
No, no,
Sports Center
no,
highlights?
no, no. Look, before the mock drafts came out, I was already like, you guys are crazy. This kid, he doesn't have any. I haven't seen him make a pass. Can he pass the ball? If he,
So hold
he's
on.
got turnover issues.
Let's
Tell
go.
me,
Let's
can
go back.
can can Darren Peterson play multiple games in a row without a minutes limit?
Hey,
Kawhi too.
so look. Let's just look. Andrew Wiggins dropped 40 points only once when he was in college against West
Okay,
Virginia, and
yeah.
it was in a loss. He dropped 41. The next highest he dropped was 29 against Iowa State in a W.
Hmm.
Oh, correction. It was 30 against Oklahoma State. That was
Okay,
upturned.
yeah.
So
And he
that
averaged
so
17 points a game in
he
college his
averaged, he
freshman
averaged
year.
17. I think it was like 17.2 or 17.1.
Hmm.
So I think if I'm looking at AJ DeBansa, he's his game I, his game looks a little bit more fluid. Like just the footwork. It looks a little fluid. I know you said it looks
Like I
rehearsed.
throw up.
It looks rehearsed. I know you say it looks rehearsed. To me, it looks more fluid. It looks like he's working on NBA moves while he's playing against college guys. You know what I'm saying? I don't think these other guys. I think like a Andrew Wiggins. I think he just knew he was just athletically just better than everybody.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he's just
His
pretty much.
his
I don't got to
athleticism
work
was
on
overwhelming.
footwork. I can just go over you. I can just go through you because you can't stop me. It seemed like AJ is legit. Like, yeah, I could go over you or through you, or I can just kind of work on stuff I'm actually going to use in game. I think, like I said, I think between AJ, Cam Boozer, and Darren Peterson, I personally have watched all three of them play. I think it would depend on who has the first pick and what the need is. If
Do you think
I'm,
they're equal though? That's what that sounds like. Equal. Somebody's got to be better.
I don't know.
Somebody's gonna be
I'm
right
I'm
wrong.
I'm
Someone's
I'm
got to be
I'm ten I'm
Sam
ten I'm
Bowie.
10 toes I'm 10 toes down on AJ DeBanza.
so
I think
I
I
was
think it's close enough to where it could come down to like, all right, if they don't need a wing because they got Jason Tatum, then yeah, I think you could pick Darren Peterson
I think
first. But regardless of where they're picked, I think AJ's the
I
best
so
player.
I personally think between those three, Darren Peterson and AJ are probably the closest. I
Okay.
think Cam Boozer to me is always gonna be three. He's always gonna be three. I just think I think he's a better version of his dad.
And he's
You know
talking
what I'm
about
saying?
rehearsed, like Cam Boozer is and again, no hate to him, he's better than I will ever even hope to be on even on NBA 2K, but like his game is as refined like the Houston Oilers. Like he's been trained since he was a kid
Yeah.
to basically have every post move in the book. So when you watch him play, his game feels the most rehearsed out of all of them, despite how good he is.
I mean, it just showed that basketball is no longer a hood kid sport. Like
Nope.
basketball is a trust fund sport. You
That
know what
no,
I'm
you ain't
saying?
lying. I'm sure AJ is
Literally
probably related.
like none of these kids are.
Con Knippel's brothers are
Hey,
future
Yeah,
NBA prospects.
none of these kids are none of these kids are not, I can say none of them, but a lot of these kids got trainers. Like, so I mean, I think we're gonna see a lot more of just kind of refined play to an extent. We're gonna see a lot more moves and stuff that we see even since, 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Because I think you just at right now, every kid got a trainer. You know what I'm saying? When we were shorties and you were watching Derrick Rose, and Derrick Rose didn't have no trainer. He was playing on Mean Street, Mean Street AAU, and they were just hooping in the park. So you just figuring it out as you go. Now these kids, like you got trainers that's making everybody do the same move, the same snatch back, the same sidestep, the same gather. So a lot of their games look very similar. Like AJ DeBonsa, he looks very similar to a Jason Tatum. I'm not saying like talent. I'm just saying strictly just move. Like you know what I'm saying? Like how he move. It looks like okay,
How
like
tall is he?
6'8".
6'8".
Yeah.
Like it just looks like he goes to the same guy that trains the other NBA players.
Give me Conker nipple.
Drew Hanlon. It's
Drew
probably who
Hill.
trains him.
That's to say he looks like that. If you look at Jason Tatum, boy, you gotta stop watching these commercials, man. If you look at Jason Tatum's game, like Jason Tatum even looks like kind of stiff when he moves.
No, he does. Yeah, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure.
You know what I'm
For
saying?
sure.
He Jason,
He got that tuck the elbow.
yeah, like
Jab
Jason,
step.
like Jason
Exactly.
Tatum like he looks like he's doing a drill.
He
You know what
looks
I'm
like
saying? It doesn't look,
In sync in
yeah,
the 90s, and they all counting their dance moves together.
yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4,
No,
5, 6,
Five,
7,
let's
8.
go.
1, 2,
the
3, 4, 5,
accuracy.
6,
The
7,
And
8.
accuracy.
and spin.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So yeah, I think you're just gonna see a lot of move. Again, the top three picks, I personally think you can't go wrong with either of them, depending on what you need. Like if I'm the Pacers, I probably would pick, either AJ or Cam first because I need a big guy or a wing. I wouldn't pick Derek Peterson because I got my boy Tyrese. Like, so why
You got McDonald's at home.
yeah, why would I need Darren Peterson? So that's why I say it depends on who gets first pick.
If you're the Kings, you just pick whoever you think is the best player because they ain't got
They ain't got nobody. Matter of fact,
they ain't got McDonald's at home.
whoever
They
If,
got
if
whoever
you
spam
wins
at
is
they got
probably
spam at
hey,
home.
they gonna
hey,
leave in about 5 years anyway, so it doesn't
hey,
really
if you
matter.
look, if you're the Kings, beggars can't be choosers. You pick the best available.
You say I'll take one of them, one of them, one of them. You need everything, everything
That's funny.
for real, for real.
No,
Well,
I'm just
let's
happy that this is all recorded because I can't wait to do a victory lap
hey,
next year.
hey, me too, brother, me too, me too. What Bart Scott say? Can't wait.
Can't wait.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be a bust. I think he'll probably hit the same rookie wall. I think he'll figure it out. I don't think he'll be a bust.
Yeah, it's looking real Paolo Banchero for you with AJ DeBenson. Just a hate from the soul that I just don't quite understand. That
Yeah,
makes me
the,
feel
the,
like
the
you need a little bit more Jesus in your life.
yeah, at the frequency you hate, brother, it is like it's Hall of Fame, bro.
I got no gray hairs because I get all my hate out.
Clearly. But look, the hate,
Hey,
but you know what you sacrifice the hairline.
I
That
know
that
it's
hate
coming. You
that
set yourself
hate
up for that one. You
that
set yourself
hate
up for
is
that one.
take
I tried to
that
spruce
hate
my hair forward today.
yeah, that hate is pushing that hairline back further and further. So it's taking a piece of you. You better stop while you got a chance. It's taking a piece of you every time. You can't be short. You can't be short and a George Jefferson. You cannot have that. You can't have that. That's diabolical if you short and you
Oh
got the
man.
George Jefferson.
Oh man. Oh
I'm
man.
gonna go
Let's
like so my call be crazy. And this may be more like nostalgic. I'm probably completely biased. But Derrick Rose should just, we retired his jersey in Chicago. Go ahead and put him in the Hall of Fame, man. Why not?
Oh, there's an argument. There's never been an MVP not to make Hall of Fame. I feel like as soon as you get that MVP trophy, you're good. You ain't got in what he did in his first 5 years,
It's crazy.
All NBA, All Star, All NBA, All Star,
Three-time
MVP,
star. Yeah,
Rookie of
three-time
the Year.
all-star.
He went to the semifinals in the playoffs, conference finals. My bad. Yeah, conference finals. He lost to the freaking Heatles. He lost to the Heatles.
And he almost beat them by himself.
And I
He
know there's
gave
gonna
them all
be
they wanted.
no. He was killing. I know there's people like on the border like Blake and Amari who are like 5-time All NBA guys. I think those guys should get in, but I'm okay with him like leapfrogging those
Yeah.
dudes. Y'all, um, Amari, you had like half a season where you were close to MVP. Blake, you never were close to being an MVP. Always All NBA type player, never MVP. D Rose, when he was healthy for those 2 3 years, like he was MVP one year, but the amount of stories you hear from other NBA players, he was the most feared point guard. Probably
Oh yeah.
him and Steph Curry of the past 20 years, most feared point guards.
What they say that Rose flu?
Yeah, that Rose flu. Real
Rose flu, bro.
man, check the stats.
Everybody get the Rose flu
I
when D Rose come to town.
I would not push back if you said he deserved his jersey retired because he's a Chicago legend. He's from Chicago.
Oh yeah.
He's
You,
what is it? What was that campaign they had? That was like it was like a
Wendy's
Powerade commercial.
Windy City Assassin.
No, the campaign. It was like a campaign that like it started with like Derrick Rose being from Chicago. It's probably gonna come to me after we talk about it, but I think the closest comparison, and I will admit to you, his peak is higher than this dude. But when you talk about like a flash in the pan of like they come out of the gate those first 4 to 5 years, and you're like, man, this dude's on a Hall of Fame trajectory. I
Hmm.
look at somebody like Penny Hardaway because
Mm,
I can't
yeah.
say Grant Hill. I can't say Grant Hill because Grant Hill had 7 or 8 years. He was a seven-time All-Star. He has an Olympic gold medal.
And
Like
he
Derrick
made
Rose
all.
doesn't.
Yeah, Grant
And
Hill was
yeah,
making those all defensive teams
yeah,
too.
yeah. Where Derrick Rose again, I will acknowledge his peak is higher than Penny's because an MVP is an MVP. Like
Yeah.
you can't like Penny never had an MVP, but he was a four-time All-Star. He was three-time All NBA. So you compare him apples to apples, and again, Derrick Rose's peak is higher, but they're pretty comparable. And most people would tell you Penny's not really close to the Hall of Fame. So as much as I hate to say it, like he
Oh,
pretty
Penny never
much
made the Hall of
became.
Fame?
No.
Mm-mm,
Bro,
mm-mm.
that's my mind is blown. News to
And
me.
so I just and to me, like
What?
the argument for it's the basketball Hall of Fame, not the NBA Hall of Fame. But to my knowledge, like Derrick Rose, I think he might have been on like the 2014 or 2015 like FIBA World Cup team and got a gold medal. But like that type of stuff factors in too. So maybe you look at like if he ended up hitting those free throws in college and they won an NCAA championship, or
Yeah.
he got an
Yeah.
Olympic gold medal, and you're probably like, all right, he probably gets in because you can't deny a NBA or a gold medal, college championship, and
Freaking
an
Mario
MVP.
Chalmers. Gosh dang it.
But
Mario
I
Chalmers
can't get
might be
with
the
it.
reason he doesn't make it.
Yeah, I like D Rose, but I just to me
Yeah.
you shouldn't have to think about a Hall of Famer. You should just be like that's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. I think right now the way that people feel about him when he plays, like he's one of the few players where no matter who you talk to, everyone always has great things to say about him.
Yeah, that's for
Like
sure.
no matter who you talk to, everyone there's no slander on his name. So I can see him getting in on like just that kind of like feel good. But again, like I think as much as I think he should be in it, and I know it's just a biased choice. I know there's a lot more reasons where it's kind of like, well, did he win enough? Does he have like when you're comparing him to other Hall of Famers, does is his resume tight enough to make it make sense?
What
And I
about
think
another? My bad. Go ahead.
no, just saying.
I
I
was gonna
just think
say,
that's what his downfall a little bit.
in other sports, has there ever been an MVP that hasn't made the Hall of Fame? Can you
Yeah, I
guys
mean
think?
Steve McNair won. He was a co-MVP with Peyton Manning in like 2001 ish, but he
Uh,
wasn't close. I mean, rest in peace, but he wasn't close to being a Hall of Famer.
gotcha,
Um,
gotcha, gotcha.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
baseball
This,
Hall of Fame is probably the toughest Hall of Fame to get into. Miguel Tejada, I think, is not a Hall of Famer. Oakland
okay,
A's
okay.
shortstop. So there's been MVPs that haven't made the Hall of Fame for sure.
Yeah, I feel like D Rose he's gonna be one of them players where again I'm being from Chicago and a Chicago native, like you said, you see his jersey go up. It low key kind of felt like like it felt like all of our jersey because I mean like when you're from Chicago and you see the guy that came from similar upbringing that you get you came from and you see he did what all of us in Chicago dreamed of doing, hooping and then playing for the Bulls and hearing that Bulls theme song, hearing your name called, he did it. You know what I'm saying? And so for him to get his jersey retired, it just felt like like the whole city got their jersey retired. So
Hmm.
I think that's where the it might be a little delusion, but that's where that kind of like that feeling come from. It's like, dude, like, man, why not? Let my boy. What I feel like he's one of the players where he's just like, dang, like, what else would he have done had he not tore his ACL? He doesn't tear
Yeah,
the
I mean,
ACL. What else? What else? Like, does he win a championship? Does he just does he get more accolades? You know what I'm saying? What else does he do?
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I think Boston and New York get talked about as like two of the best sports cities, and I mean, I'm not about like overhyping Chicago. I mean, I love living there, but like Chicago is up there with Boston and New York as like sports towns as far as fandom goes. I think
Yeah.
Philly's up there. LA is there's too much to do. You don't necessarily, I mean, they're passionate about the Lakers, but I wouldn't say there's another team that they like really, really ride for. But I mean, you got people that ride for the Cubs, and you even got White Sox fans. Like they ride for the Bears, they definitely ride for the Bulls. Like when the Blackhawks are good, even the only thing in hockey isn't necessarily the puck when the Blackhawks are good because you got black fans that'll root for the Blackhawks too. So
No, true, you do.
Chicago's an underrated sports city. So I think it makes all the sense in the world that like you would ride for D Rose the way you do. I just think it's just if he had 2 to 3 more years of what he was, then I think he probably gets in, but it's just not quite enough
Yeah,
to me.
I can see
Yeah.
that.
It'd be interesting.
So yeah, it will be. But
We'll
let's
see.
go ahead and
Side note, Bill Belichick didn't get in as a
I
first
know,
Yeah,
ballot.
man. It's
he,
wild.
he
Wow.
he's
If
not a
if
first ballot.
if he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer, then who is? Like I know
I
they
would
said Bill
right.
Polian tried to come out and say he didn't vote for him because he wanted to punish him for Deflategate. All right,
Dang.
good luck explaining leaving Tom Brady off the first ballot.
This
Like
is
good
one of
luck.
those ones where I wish like he was black so I could pull the race card, be like, yo.
It should honestly be unanimous. Like he's there's no eh.
Marcus gonna be like, "You racist pieces of crap!
I
I
How
think
mean,
dare
most
y'all!"
full of
90,
ancestry.
90% of people would tell you he's the best coach of all time. I mean, some will say like Bill Walsh and like Chuck Noll, but like to be up there with like the best of the best and not be a first ballot, that's like honestly, I mean, that's like Kareem not being a first ballot Hall of Famer. It's
You
like
ain't
it
gotta
just doesn't
like
make
it.
sense.
Yeah, you ain't gotta like it, but the
Yeah.
dude's his stuff speaks for himself. You ain't gotta
I
like it.
mean, short of him
He's Hall of
showing
Fame.
up, short of him showing up in a white hood to a game, like the dude could be a Trump supporter. The dude could be like like Ty Cobb is in the Hall of Fame, and that's one of the most notorious baseball racists of all time. So I'm
Yeah.
like short of him doing something that's like absolutely bonkers, like the dude's a Hall of Famer, regardless of how you feel about him dating a girl that's young enough to be his granddaughter, like whatever. Like the dude's a Hall of
Right.
Famer.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's pretty creepy. That's
It
pretty
is. It
gross.
is.
That's
It's
pretty
it's
gross.
uh it's messed up on many levels. You will not get an
Very.
argument. You won't get an argument from me there,
That's
bro.
that's a girl who that ain't in her life, so he should be ashamed of himself. If a father was there, that's what he get for not
He
being in her
is their
life.
father now.
Clearly, she needs one. He stepped in.
She
He
said
he
that.
look,
She
he's
got no
not
home training.
he's not a stepdad. He's a dad who stepped up. Because
Oh
that
man.
buddy
Oh,
is
bro.
wild.
I can sense this going off the rails, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull us off the boat. We're gonna talk about the Super Bowl. Uh yeah, I'm glad the Broncos didn't make it. I root for the Chiefs. But I also did not want to see a backup quarterback in the Super Bowl with Jarrett Stidham. So I know I got a friend that's in ticket sales for the Broncos. So sorry for your luck, bro. It would have been cool to see you. The proximity of you getting a championship ring, but yeah, I was not trying to see Mr. Backup in the Super Bowl.
I'll be honest, like I don't even care about Super Bowl no more.
Yeah, once the Bears lost, it was NBA season.
Right.
Well, hey, Jackson Smith and Jigba went to my high school, so I'm rooting for that.
Forget,
And
forget
dude's
these
cold blooded.
guys. Forget these
Well,
guys.
hey,
You break
well,
my
hey,
heart. Why do I care about you?
since we don't have much to contribute to the Super Bowl thoughts, let's go ahead and get to the fun part of this one and do quarterback NBA comps. We're gonna go ahead and start it off with one near and dear to y'all's heart. Uh, Caleb Williams. I know y'all want to say it's probably Jared McCain. But the only reason he
Absolutely,
would be Jared McCain,
absolutely not.
the only reason he would be Jared McCain is because he paints his nails. There's no other comparison to those dudes. So give me a better comp than Jared McCain for you guys.
Yeah, I had one. I was thinking it was he was like freaking Tyrese Maxey.
That was a good one.
That's a
I was
good
kind
one.
of thinking that was kind of
Ty-
one of the ones that popped in my mind.
I know Tyrese got a few years in the league, but he's like he he made it to that like I guess right outside the MVP conversation, and, and I think that's kind of where Caleb Williams is. The argument could be made that Caleb was the most clutch quarterback this season, but he still wouldn't be considered as what if everyone's healthy, Mahomes is still top number one to whatever the white dude's name to be running the ball. What's the dude's name for the Bills?
Josh Allen. Josh
Josh
Allen.
Allen, Lamar. Sorry, I'm terrible at the NFL. Lamar, what's his name?
Jackson.
Lamar Jackson,
You got
and
to get out more, bro. You got to
the
get out
the
more.
the white guy for the Chargers.
Just
And then
Justin Herbert.
yeah, and then there's somebody else I'm probably missing. So he's not
You probably
considered.
you. I mean, you know the names. Baker Mayfield. You know.
Yeah,
I don't know that you've
he's
heard of
not
Sam
one of
Darnold
those
or
five
Trevor
guys,
Lawrence.
and that's kind of like Maxey. He's not Jokic. He's not freaking Luca. He's not Shea. He's not Giannis. He's not a household MVP name, but he's made that leap to where you got to call him elite now. So
Yeah.
So I like Tyrese Maxey. I'm gonna go another Tyrese. I'm gonna say
okay,
Halliburton
Hallie.
because I just feel like in that fourth quarter, like I think the running joke was, can somebody just tell Caleb it's the fourth quarter now? Because he just managed to do some amazing stuff, and I feel like Tyrese even like that playoff run that they had, but even just last season, it was something about that fourth quarter they just come to life. It was something just like I'm not gonna let us lose that you just can't teach. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think some people would even argue with you that they believe Tyrese Halliburton is one of the top point guards in the league. Like he can do, he can do. You may not like how he plays the game, but he
Yeah,
gets it done. And I feel
yeah.
like that's kind of how Caleb. You don't necessarily like sometimes if you're not a Bears fan, and even some Bears fans, sometimes you get frustrated with how he plays. Like, man, he's not hitting his checkdowns, he's not going to progressions quicker. But then you look at the stuff that he does do. When he rolls out of the pocket, when he rolls out of the pocket, whether it's left or right, his accuracy actually increases. You know what I'm saying? Like he's able to thread a needle. He dropping the ball in the bucket, and you just like, yo, how the heck did he make that pass? Like being at that game when they played the Rams, even though they lost, watching that game in real time and seeing my dude scramble 27 yards backwards. And the whole stadium was like, yo, no, 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 no. And he just turns around, sets his feet real quick, and launches it for a touchdown. You just like, how in the hell did he manage to do that? Like, that's hard to do on Madden. Like, how did you
Yeah.
do that? You know what I mean? So I just feel like it just something about that fourth quarter, man. He's one of those guys where it's just like, I know we talk about Pat Mahomes and Josh Allen, and I feel like Justin Herbert's not really in that conversation anymore.
No
I think
more.
people, nah, nah, nah. Justin Herbert's not. I think your top quarterbacks is Patty Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and I feel like you kind of got to start putting a Drake May up there. You got to start putting a
Matt Stafford's earned his
Matt,
way
yeah,
up
yeah,
there.
Matt, yeah, Matt
Dak Prescott's earned
Stafford.
his way. I would
So
I
so
would
like
still take them ahead of Caleb now, but pretty soon it's gonna switch.
yeah, yeah. I would say right now, but I think in the next year or two, I think I would say if somebody said, "Well, I take them now," it's like, yeah, they probably got like another year or two before he's gone. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, like surpass them because I think his talent is closer to Pat Mahomes than any of them.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying? I
okay.
think the talent that he possesses. Now, will he live up to the stuff that Pat Mahomes has done? Only time will tell. But I think just the creativity of the throws, the throws he makes, there's only one other quarterback that can make those throws with the same accuracy and velocity that he does, and that's 15.
Okay, that's fair. Hallie's fair.
I'm gonna say I'll be quick on this one and we'll do one more before we move on. But I'm gonna say Cade Cunningham because a little bit highly heralded coming out, had people that were drafted behind him looked at as like, oh, is Scotty Barnes better? Oh, is Jaden Daniels better? But then he came back and snatched the crown back. So I'm gonna say Cade Cunningham is gonna be my comparison
That's some
because
freaking
he's
solid reasoning.
Yeah.
so. So that's mine. Let's go with one more. Let's go ahead and say, uh, let's
Who's
say
more
Josh
like
Allen,
it?
and I'm gonna say James Harden for Josh Allen because he
Oh,
every year, every year. I mean,
hey,
he's an MVP.
no,
It's not necessarily completely his fault that they don't get it done in the playoffs, but
no,
this dude had 4 turnovers in a game to advance, and every year, whatever the reason, whatever the excuses,
nah,
is KD's in the way. Steph Curry's
nah,
in the way.
nah,
Patty
nah,
Mahomes is
nah.
in the way. Joe Burrow's in the way. He just doesn't get it done. I like Josh Allen, but
Yeah.
I
You're a
think
dog.
people
Nah.
keep giving people keep giving Josh Allen excuses. Like he's crying at the press conference, taking all the accountability in the world. Respect the heck out of it. The next day on TV, if that was Lamar Jackson, they would still be crushing him. But
Oh
because it's
yeah, they'll be
Josh Allen and because
crucifying.
people like him, oh
They'll
man, I just
crucify
feel
him.
so bad. I feel so bad for Josh Allen. He's standing up on the podium saying, "Don't feel bad for me. I lost the team the game." That's James
Nah.
Harden. That's James Harden. Hall
No,
of Famer,
I got
you guys are
no no.
insane.
Hall
Y'all
of
are
Famer
crazy.
with some Hall of Famer with some legendary choke jobs.
Nah,
Yeah, I
y'all
got
Only
I,
y'all
honestly.
insane.
the biggest difference is Josh Allen is a family man. James Harden is a legendary Hall of Famer at the strip
No,
club
no.
For
too.
the streets,
So I'm honestly, I'll second that. I think James
y'all
Harden's a
crazy.
good comparison because I just think when it comes to the playoffs, like they're always running into somebody where you just like, okay, this is the game for you to show up. This is your time. Like put it like this:
The
with
path was
with
cleared this year. The
with
path was
15,
cleared.
yeah, with 15, he kept running into 15, right? 15's not in it no more. So now you're not running to Pat Mahomes. This was the year for Josh Allen to win it all.
Y'all
And when it
wrong.
came down,
Lamar Jackson wasn't there. Joe
you
Burrow
know,
wasn't there. The path was
it was
they took
clear.
a bulldozer. They took a bulldozer and cleared the path.
It was clear.
Moses put his staff down and said, "Part the Red Sea." This
It
man
was
did
clear.
not even make it to the conference championship.
And they you expected Josh Allen to step up and lead the team. And what he had like what was it? Like
Yeah, two
uh
interceptions and
two
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 fumble
interceptions and two
turnovers.
fumbles. That's almost like a James Harden was like, bro, like your path is just go. And you give me 15 points.
KD gets a calf strain in the conference semifinals, and you still don't beat the Warriors.
Yeah. It's like, bro, they
Nah.
no longer have the guy. This is your time, and you don't show up. Or better yet, we even take it further back. You got the Trailblazers on the freaking ropes, and you let Dame come off a double screen and hit a three to win the game. It's like, bro, like when you need them in the biggest moments, somehow they don't deliver. Somehow it's just the ball, for whatever reason. I don't know if it's Magic City. I don't know
Puck
if
is
Haley.
up. Just
Look,
that puck up.
hey, look. I don't know if Haley became Mary from Sinners and dropped them lines that she was dropping in
Bro,
that movie on
Lord.
him and took his powers a little bit because he was stealing too much.
Y'all
I
wild.
don't know,
So
but
you
you
can steal
can't
the MVP from Lamar, but you can't steal this.
because you. I'm just
Gosh,
saying,
day.
but you can't. But I'm gonna tell you, when you Josh Allen, bro, your biggest ops are not in the playoffs. You can't choke away that. You
No,
can't choke away that. You
there's
can't.
only absolutely one name that fits this. And it's not James Harden. It's actually the opposite of James Harden. And don't let it fool you just because Giannis got one championship ring. Giannis has not
That's
lived up to the hype in the playoffs. He
that's
got
not a
one.
bad.
He got through one.
It's not bad, but
He's a
But Giannis
force
won.
of freaking nature when it comes to the
he
regular
beat Joe
season.
Lewis's.
He's a freaking force of nature. And, it took a long time for Giannis to get to the finals. He finally got there, handled business. That's how it's going to happen for Josh Allen. He's going to get one of these days.
Until
No, no.
further notice. No, this was the
He could carry
year.
a team on his
This was the
back.
Was
year.
the year.
He could
This was
carry a
the
team on his
year.
back.
But
Josh
that's
Allen,
but no no.
force of nature, too
But that
physical.
but that's what I'm saying. This was the year to show that the difference between him and Giannis. When people say, and I was one of those people, man. Yeah, like people. No, I ain't say I was one of those people. When people say like, oh, when people got hurt, he had a clip hat. It's not his fault. Guys got injured. He took advantage of who was in front of him. You
Yeah.
can't blame him for that. You can't blame him for somebody else help.
Drake May took advantage of it.
Yeah, Drake. That's what I'm saying. Bo Nix went down. Celebrating in the locker room. He went down. You win the game and you fine and you go to the locker room and now you out for the season. Drake May said, that sucks. Do you want the red eye flight or do you want to sleep in a little bit and then I book a later flight? That was the question he had for the Denver Broncos. But he booked that flight.
Oh, man.
Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen should have been on that same type of time. Hey, when do you guys want to leave for Cancun? Because I don't want you, I want to make sure you got your TSA pre-check. I want to make sure the bags are good where they're gonna be. Because I want to make sure your travel arrangements are arranged. And he could not deliver. This, like Mike said, this was a year for him to do it. This was a year for him to do it, and he could not deliver. Well, and the thing is, it's not like the league's going to get easier because now you have better quarterbacks coming. You got a Caleb Williams, you got a Drake May, you got a Bo Nix, even though he got hurt. Like Bo Nix ain't trash. If Matt Stafford don't retire, you got Matt Stafford that you got to go up against.
Right.
15 gonna come
You
back.
got you
Lamar's
got
gonna come
Burrow, you
back.
got Lamar.
Burrow's gonna come back. So it's not like it's gonna get any easier. This was
He'll
your
get one.
time.
He'll get one.
Uh,
He's still a force. He's still young. He still
No,
has
listen
hey,
up.
prime.
Check this out. Check this out. He's been relatively healthy and he's a big dude. But like even Cam Newton like started having some injury issues
yeah,
as he got on the other side of 30. Josh Allen is now gonna be going into his age 30 season. He's taking some hits. Like
Yeah,
he delivers some hits, but he gets hit a lot and takes a lot of
yeah.
hits. That's I'm curious to see how he ages because
like Ben
you just
Roethlisberger. He'll be here forever. Big Ben.
but
It
Ben
looked bad after
changed
a
his
while.
game and
Yeah,
yeah,
he
he
changed his
looked
game a
bad and he changed
ton.
his game and didn't and he was never the scrambler. Like he would take hits, but he would take them in the pocket, whereas Josh Allen is like going out and like looking to deliver hits. Like that dude, I think they
Yeah.
call him the water buffalo, but like I'm curious to see how he ages.
He's a more he's he's who Jackson Dart wish he's who Jackson Dart think he is.
You're speaking Portuguese, bro.
Yeah,
My bad.
Yeah, you're
I'm
right,
bro.
right. Jackson
You
Dart,
went
he's
too
a,
deep in it.
okay, my fault.
We'll have to continue
He's
this
a just
in the weeks to come because I want to
just
hear some
look
more of
up
these comparisons.
just look up Jackson Dart for the New York
I
Giants.
thought you were talking about the backup center on the Lakers.
No, no. Jackson Dart for the New York Giants, he's another quarterback that he likes to scramble and run. And they try to tell him, like, yo, you can't just be doing that here because you're going to get hurt. And he was like, yo, I play like this all my life. No sooner he said that, he got tagged again. Actually, he was playing the Bears. He said that the Bears said, go ahead, have a seat right next to your coach. Concussion protocol. Go ahead, have a seat.
Cool.
Pretty soon you're gonna learn to be in that pocket and throw that dime instead of scrambling every time. So that's what I'm saying. Like with quarterbacks, yeah, you 6'5", 6'6", you got guys who are their job is to kill you. I'm getting paid 10 million to try and take your head off every hit. That's what I'm saying. Like it's different. I think this was his window, and I don't know if he gets another window. And I like Josh Allen. Don't get me wrong. Do I hope he do? Do I hope he do? Sure. If it's not over my Bears, I hope he gets another window. I don't think it's gonna happen though.
You racist.
Already not.
You see what just for those only listening to the pod, I just closed my screen. That was a metaphor for the window closing on Josh Allen because it's closed. It's closed. But we're gonna go ahead and hop back on the boat, excuse me, with who put you on notice. So fellas, let's move through this one quickly. Darius, go ahead and kick it off with your who put you on
Man, I'm gonna
notice.
go with Bryce. Bryce. Speaking of my pitcher, nose, Bryce Sensabaugh from Utah. Like I was kind of watching him, 6'6", 6'7". Like I mean, he's only averaging like 11, 12 points. Whoa, what was all that?
you, oh, your kids aren't old enough. 6'7", bro. He not doing.
Uh,
Darius got excited. He
We
said,
still on that. We still on that
I was
time.
like, what are y'all
We
talking
still on
about?
that time. We
I was
still on
like
that
"They played
time.
on the video."
that
Type of time
that
we on. Type of time we on.
that young stupid trends with these young whippersnappers. No, I like Bryce Sensabaugh, man. I was just kind of been like watching him hoop. Like I think Utah, like they got a hooper in him. Like he's just a guy that he just go get a bucket. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And so he's not a premier player. I don't know if you can necessarily like build around him, of course, but I think he's like one of those key players that would they could be like a really good glue guy. Like if you need him go get like 15 or 20, he can go do that. So I think he
yeah.
kind of put on those. He had like a 40-point game a few weeks ago. I think it was against the Bulls actually too. He was like cooking us. It was like crazy. I'm like, who is this dude? But he was cooking, man. So and then I think he had like a couple bad games and he put together like another 20-point game. So I think he put
Cool.
me on notice.
Cool. Well, I'm going with the new MVP campaign. I'm starting as MVP or Luca for MVP. 46, 12, and 7 in the last game, also against the Bulls. No surprises there. 33 and 11 versus the Mavs before then. He's got half a season to chase down Shea for that MVP. I'm starting the campaign now, so
Cool. My put you on notice is the Charlotte Hornets. They are 6-4 in the last 10. They won 3 in a row. they've already got as many wins this year as they had all of last year. So yeah, they've only won 40% of their games, but I mean, Brandon Miller's averaging 20 now. I mean,
Con.
LaMelo's playing better. Khan's averaging 18. Miles Bridges is actually playing pretty solid for them. So they're putting me on notice because they seem like they may be trying to put the semblance of a team together that's trying to do it the right way. So that's my put you on notice.
They get to 500, they'll get a real segment with us.
Yeah, yeah. They might put us all on notice if they get to 500. That's for sure. But yeah, let's go ahead and kick it off with the draft.
Yes.
Tonight's topic, fellas, is the best highlight tape ever. So this could be we're gonna go NBA. I think
Yeah.
we're not talking high school. We're not talking John Wall's high school mixtape. We're gonna go strictly NBA. The draft order tonight, fellas. I got the first pick. Darius has the second pick. We'll snake it with Marcus and come back. So that is the picks for that is the order for tonight. Um, I mean, the first pick, need I say more? I'm going Michael Jordan. You guys can't even argue that one. Even if you pick somebody else, you can't argue with your mom.
No, that's nice.
I mean, I'm gonna go Derrick Rose, of course.
Yeah, that would be number one. That would the amount of times I watched D Rose's NBA mixtape, put people
It's
on the
crazy.
ground, put people on a
It's
poster, acrobatic
it's
layups, game winners. Dang.
it's crazy, bro.
All
He's
right.
just. And you said we just going NBA?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we're
So
just going NBA.
I'll
No,
start. I'll
we're
start
not doing
with
Austin Rivers is not making an appearance
no, no, no.
in this draft.
I'll start with my favorite player, and it's Allen Iverson. Crazy mixtape. If you ever watch any, everyone's seen this mixtape. If you're an NBA fan, you've watched the Allen Iverson mixtape, crossover mixtape. He's a part of all of them, so it's got to be Allen Iverson for sure.
Okay. You got two.
Oh
Two.
yeah. All right, I'm gonna pick this one up. Uh, the under the radar one, White Chocolate, Jason Williams.
It's a good one.
That was a
I
good
had
one.
him on my
Not a
list. I had him on my
superstar
list.
player, but a superstar mixtape.
That's
He wasn't
fair.
near the top of my list, but he was on my list.
Yeah, I just want to lock him up. That is too unique of one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go old school too, and I feel like he's kind of underrated too. But Baron Davis, Hornet, like
That's a
what you
good
Oh,
gonna
one.
say,
B
was
Davis. Okay.
tough.
That's a
B
good one.
Diddy
B
boy,
Diddy. B
B
Diddy.
Diddy
Well,
had
all
that
right.
bop to him, man.
That dunk over Andre Karolinko.
Still stupid. Oh, that still stupid.
Oh man.
I'm gonna go Vince Carter, half man, half amazing is my
Yeah.
second pick. And
That's a
then
good
I
one.
mean, you can hate him all you want, but the man, especially those early Cleveland years, those
Don't
Miami
do it.
years,
No, come
LeBron,
on.
LeBron, LeBron has to be on here, bro.
LeBron
Like you
made
can hate
that
it. You
game.
can hate him all you want. Ask Damon Jones. Like Damon Jones started gambling on basketball because he got dunked on LeBron so bad.
No. I think I put 20 names down here. He didn't make the cut.
I mean, we know why you didn't. Like you you would have put Mother Teresa before you put LeBron on any
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go ahead and go. In honor of his passing, I'm gonna go ahead and go Kobe.
Okay. Wasn't on my list either. Kobe wasn't on my list. All right, it's back to me.
Yeah, these
Mhm.
fourth picks are gonna get hard because there's so many good ones to choose from. So you got your
Yeah.
last, your third, and your fourth pick with this one.
Oh man, these are super tough, super tough. All right. Let's go back again. Steve Francis.
Okay.
He
Okay.
in terms of athletic guards, he's not gonna get the credit, but he was one of them ones. If you love a Westbrook, Steve Francis was dunking on people,
He
but he was
was.
also crossing. He was doing street ball moves in game. If you just looked at his mixtape, you'd think he was a superstar. And then the man who had a mixtape just in one game alone, Blake Griffin's coming out party, bro. He had to be on there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He was
What?
on my list for sure.
Yeah, I gotta take Blake Griffin's. Man, the first 2 years of him dunking on everybody
Every night. It was every night.
every night, every night. He had a mixtape per night. He was a top 10 guaranteed lock.
Okay. That was good. So again, I'm gonna keep it old school, and I'm gonna go with Mr. French Lick himself. I watched his mixtape like a while ago, just because I went on like a deep dive with Mr. Larry Bird himself.
Ah.
And his mixtape was tough. I think, especially like they had like a mixtape, and then they would like kind of put like some of the people like talking about the stuff he said to them. And
Hmm.
I feel like
Yeah,
that made the mixtape even dope because I'm like, yo, this
for
dude's
sure.
telling you exactly what he gonna do, and you can't do nothing about it. It was so disrespectful. So I gotta go. I gotta go. Larry Bird, man.
So I got
I
the
watched that
last.
highlight tape where he dropped 40 with his left hand. I was impressed.
Bruh. Or like you just say like they put a white guy on him. Don't y'all ever disrespect
Disrespectful.
me.
Disrespectful.
Disrespect for putting a white guy on. Like I feel like that's kind of racist, Larry. Like, you tell you only gonna cook a black man? That's messed up. That's racist.
Well, fellas, I got the last pick, and I'll admit it's a tough one. I wish I would have taken some of these names off of here just to not make it as hard. I mean, you still got guys like Dr. J, you
Yeah.
got
Yeah, Penny,
Sean Kemp,
Sean
you got
Kemp,
Sean
Penny,
Kemp,
you
you
got
crazy.
Larry
got honestly
Johnson.
Dwight Howard is one.
Dwight,
Yeah,
This
you
guy
got
behind
Larry
me,
Johnson.
this guy behind me is one.
J Kid.
I'm surprised. I mean, T Mac. Honestly, Darius,
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised that name was right there and you didn't pick it up. I gotta go with
T-Mac.
Kyrie Irving.
No.
Kyrie.
Yeah.
No.
I was leaning towards Kyrie, but then I was like, I do like it was tough. It was tough. I made a decision. If it was February, I definitely would have picked Kyrie because I mean Black History Month. But
Jamal
Kyrie
Crawford.
mixtape is Jamal Crawford's mixtape crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a
yeah.
bunch of names.
It's a lot of good mixtapes out there. I mean, Dwayne Wade has some highlights for
Dwayne got
sure.
D Wade.
D
D
Wade.
Wade.
Um,
And if you just like
Dominique
the
Wilkins, we didn't say Dominique Wilkins.
Dominique, Shaq.
Shaq
Shaq
had
was
some
Shaq.
good ones.
disrespectful with this stuff, man.
Let's say
I
I mean,
you had Shaq.
honestly, Jokic isn't like high above the rim
yeah,
mixtape. Luka isn't high above the rim mixtape, but you watch those dudes and it's like it's impressive.
well.
They put together
I
some
I
good
think
I
ones.
feel like
eventually Wemby's gonna be the king of the mix. Like he's gonna have his mixtape at the end of his career is gonna be by far the craziest thing we've ever seen.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It's about that time, fellas. Let's go ahead and call out our draft picks one more time. I'll go first since I went first. I got his airness himself with Michael Jordan with my first pick, Vince Carter number 2, LeBron number 3, Kyrie Irving number 4.
I got D Rose one, B Diddy two. Crap, who had three?
Kobe,
Kobe three, and then Larry Bird four.
yes sir. I had Iverson number one, Jay White Chocolate Williams, Blake Griffin, Vince Carter, and No, I didn't have Vince Carter. My bad. Blake Griffin and
These
Steve Francis.
Francis.
All right, fellas. Well, the boat was afloat for another week. We'll see if we make it to next week. Until then.
Peace.
Yeah.